I hear some people screaming out there, so I guess they're very... Oh my goodness!
Now, this could be scary. If Pablondinas has pressed X Scissor, that is one of the best moves that we have seen all time.
Oh my goodness!
He has switched and collected charge attack priority. That is so much energy gone. Martine is unbelievably good at this game.
What is up, everyone? This weekend, more than 150 battlers competed in the Utrecht special event, which has made it the largest European tournament of this Play Pokemon Championship Series season so far. Today, I want to showcase just the highlights, the absolute best battles of this tournament, and trust me, the level of play this tournament was incredible. So, some great battles to come. Starting off with a battle between two Dutch players, Sneeuwman23 and Triptondo. This is their second game already, and Triptondo is 0-1 down. So this is a must-win game for him if he wants any chance of winning the match. And he picks up a horrible lead of his Registeel into Annihilate, switches out into the Dragonair, but Sneeuwman knew what was coming, made an incredible team read, and is able to put his Azumarill onto this Dragonair. Dragonair has a pretty bad matchup here if shields are down, but luckily for Triptondo, shields are still up, which means Shadow Dragonair can put a lot of pressure with the spammy body slams. Oh, by the way, you may be noticing that the gameplay is going very fast. It's because we're watching this at 1.5 times speed, just so you're aware. Sneeuwman takes another body slam. Triptondo gonna opt to shoot up this next Ice Beam. He's now 2 shields down. This is really not great. Honestly, if Sneeuwman lets this body slam go, his Annihilate can likely just sweep, because the Cresselia with shields are down is not great for his Annihilate either. But he shoots it up because he had an Ice Beam stored, and Triptondo switches out into Registeel and catches the Ice Beam. Great play there. Out comes Annihilate now to start countering down this Registeel, but he can't fully counter down before Triptondo reaches a Zap Cannon, so he goes for that Shadow Ball here, but Registeel is bulky enough to take that. He can go for the Zap Cannon right before he gets countered down. Sneeuwman opts to shield this up, as it would pretty much knock out the Annihilate. Doesn't even get the attack drop. Sneeuwman still in a commanding position here. He still has a full health Dragonair, a little bit of Azu, and an Annihilate with energy left. Goes for that Shadow Ball here. Remember, the Zap Cannon did not drop the attack, so this is going to do so much damage to the Cresselia. Gets dropped into the red. Triptondo throws this Future Sight a little bit early, but I think he did that because the switch arm of Sneeuwman was coming up rather quickly. So it was a great play there. Gonna just barely be able to get off the grass knot here. This puts the opposing Dragonair, or Sneeuwman's Dragonair, into range where Body Slam will knock out, which he already has stored up. Does this knock out the Dragonair? It's gonna be so close. Does not knock out the Dragonair, but he gets the Dragon Breath down. Azumarill is energy dry and gets farmed down by the Dragonair. Wow, incredibly well played by Triptondo there. And he actually ends up winning the set versus Sneeuwman after game number 3. So yeah, congrats to Triptondo. Next battle will be between Stadistan and Dinoski. Stan is currently 1-0 up, so the ball is in Dinoski's court. But unfortunately for him, he picks up the worst lead imaginable with Shadow Gligar into Powder Snow, Alolan Sandslash. Not only that, he also has the Mantine in the back, which is also not good versus Alolan Sandslash. So he's forced to bring in his only counter to it, Annihilate, and gets answered with a Charge Bug. So great team read here by Stadistan to kick off this match. Annihilate definitely not helpless here though. That Shadow Ball did so much. Annihilate even able to outpace the Charge Bug to a Night Slash, which forces a shield from Stadistan. Now, to pause this for just a second, had Stan no shield the Charge Bug, I'm pretty sure this sweeps Dinoski's line. But since Stan is likely expecting a better answer to Alolan Sandslash in the back than Mantine, he figured he needed switch advantage, so that shield makes a lot of sense, but does give Dinoski a lot of play here. Gonna bring out the Gligar here, tank this X Scissor. Now with a shield advantage, maybe the Mantine can do something against the Alolan Sandslash, especially considering the Stan has an Annihilate in the back. So even though Stan has a single Pokemon in the Alolan Sandslash, can beat both of Dinoski's Pokemon, he also has the Annihilate, which is pretty much useless against both Mantine and the Gligar. So this will be interesting. Dinoski decides to no-shoot the first Ice Punch, then starts throwing Bubble Beams. You may think it's kind of odd that Dinoski wouldn't shield the first Ice Punch, but I think it makes perfect sense. I think Dinoski may not have been expecting the Nihilape in the back. So he was expecting to, like, let's say he shoots the first Ice Punch and then throws Bubble Beam, like Stan could always switch out. So it makes some sense not to shoot the first one, because he was maybe expecting something like a Lickitung in the back. Anyway, look at this play. He throws the aerial ace into the Alolan Sanchez. Stan catches this, thinking it's a Bubble Beam, but no, it is an aerial ace. Brings the Nihilape very low, not in range where Mantine could farm down though, so he brings out the Gligar, throws the aerial ace before Stan can reach a Shadow Ball. Forced to shoot that up. Gonna go for the Shadow Ball right now. This will knock out the Gligar, and now it's all up to Mantine. Can the Mantine farm down this Nihilape? Yes, it can. Can it get to the aerial ace? Yes, it can. Is this enough to knock out the Alolan Sandslash? It's gotta be very close. Knocks out the Alolan Sandslash, and what looked like an unwinnable game for Dinoski, he might manage to win, which is just insane. Sadasan did win this best of 3 though, so congrats to him. Next battle, we got Scafo versus Lurgan Rocket. Scafo picks up a bad lead with Vigoroth into Cresselia, so switches into his Sableye pivot. Lurgan doesn't have an amazing response, so brings out Talonflame. Talonflame not the best answer for Sableye, but Incinerates will definitely add up quite a bit. Scafo takes the first shield there with Foul Play. Lurgan gonna get off a charge stacks of its own now though, with the Flame Charge boosting up his attack stat and taking a shield from Scafo here. Scafo gets to another Foul Play rather quickly here. Lurgan has the decision to make, decides to let it go, as he will be able to win this one shield scenario here with this fly. Scafo lets it go. Great choice here by Scafo, as there is that Registeel lurking from Lurgan in the back there, and had Scafo gone shields down, it would have been able to sweep his team. So decides to put it all on Talonflame instead, gets a little bit of energy from Lurgan's Talonflame. Now Lurgan forced to bring out the Cresselia, as it is running Future Sight. This is definitely not too bad of a matchup for Cresselia. Scafo's even forced to shield up this Future Sight, as it would have pretty much knocked out. Scafo now gonna get off the fly. Lurgan has a choice to make here, decides to let the Cresselia go, put it on Registeel. Not too bad of a play, I think, as you can pretty much one-shot the Vigoroth with Focus Blast, and also one-shot the Talonflame with a Zap Cannon, and you still have a shield to hide behind as well. Scafo trying to go for a cheeky play there to catch the Zap Cannon, unsuccessful in that, but still, the Registeel is gonna be forced to throw so much energy into the Vigoroth, and it doesn't go down to the Focus Blast, that this is just game over. We did see Lurgan undercharge that Focus Blast just a little bit, but I think even if he hadn't done that, I don't think he would have been able to win this game, as he may have gotten a farm down with Lock-ons then, but he probably would not have enough HP and energy to survive a single Incinerate or get to the Zap Cannon before that Incinerate hit. So very well played by both trainers here. Ultimately, this set ended up going to Scafo. Next battle we'll be taking a look at is game 2 of the losers finals between Normalheim and Inadequance. These two traders faced each other earlier on in the tournament as well, and that time Normalheim managed to beat Inadequance 2-1. Now they're in the losers finals. It's the best of 5. Whoever wins this goes to the grand final. So there's a lot at stake here. Martiner is already 1-0 up. In game number 1, he lead his Talonflame to Whiscash, won that game. Now it is Registeel into the Whiscash. Can he manage to come back from another bad lead? Let's see. He switches out into Cresselia. Cresselia is pretty safe for Normalheim's team. Out comes Lickitung now. This is an okay matchup for Cresselia. Martine's IVs on Cresselia are pretty good, which means that it should generally be able to win the one-shield scenario and make the zeros very, very, very close. Normalheim gonna get to another Boulder Slam here. It's really easy licks that add up though. Martine gonna go for the future side here. This will bring the Lickitung quite low, but not low enough to where I can Psycho Cut just yet. Well, you can if you shield this, which Martine is gonna do. Is content with trying to flip switch advantage there. Really does not want the Registeel aligned to the Whiscash. Normalheim switches out into the Whiscash, as he didn't want his Lickitung to get farmed down by the Cresselia. I think that makes a lot of sense. Now keeps the Lickitung alive as well, which means it's still gonna be trouble for this Giratina Origin. As Giratina Origin, if it gets locked into the Lickitung later, we will not be able to Shadow Claw down. Normalheim gonna just spam off Med Bombs here. Already bringing the Giratina into the red. Whiscash, I don't think even is in Shadow Ball range just yet. Time's gonna throw it here though. Malheim, lets it go. Whiscash, very low. Gets another Mud Bomb here. Martine can't shoot that. Lets it go. Now it's all up to the Registeel pretty much. Out it comes. In comes the Golbat. This is a great matchup for Registeel, of course. Unless you shield up the first Poison Fang. So Martin just lets this attack go through. Rather let that go than potentially shield a Poison Fang. Normalheiden gonna have to shield the Zap Guard, of course. But yeah, this is a great matchup for Registeel. It will definitely win this at this point. However, the problem is Normalheiden still has 2 Pokemon left with a little bit of HP. And I think both can't really be locked on down. Or it's gonna be very, very close. Martin gonna throw the Zap Guard in here. Knock out the Golbat. What comes out now? Let's bring out Wishcash. Wishcash should still be able to get to a Mud Bomb. Start Marshalding. Martin catches the Mud Bomb onto the Cresselia. This will get rid of the Cresselia. Now, Registeel should be able to lock on down the Lickitung. Oh, Martin is not gonna risk it. He's just gonna go for the Focus Blast. This takes out the Lickitung. And now, Wishcash gets locked on down. That's an incredibly well played game there by Inadequance. Honestly, this entire set was incredibly well played by Inadequance. So, if there's any games I recommend you to watch back, it is this set right here. Also, the winners finals, or the grand finals, which we're gonna head into right now. The grand finals was absolutely insane. I will only be showing you one game from it, but I do recommend you go watch the VOD and check it all out. The way it works is because Pablondinas is currently still undefeated in the entire tournament, and Martin is already 1 set down. Martin actually has to win 2 best-of-5s versus Pablondinas to become the champion, whereas if Pablondinas just wins 1, he wins. Martin manages to win the first best-of-5, and now we're moving into game number 1 of the second best-of-5. So the grand finals reset. He leads a Giratina into Wishcash. Pablondinas content just staying in there as he does have Chargeback at the back. And Chargeback is an absolutely horrendous matchup versus a Giratina. So having Wishcash on it is probably very fine with Pablondinas at that point. Martin throws a Shadow Ball. Great shield by Pablondinas there, because that would have done a lot to the Wishcash. Martin gonna let this next Mud Bomb go. I think that's a wise play. Oh, wow. Pablondinas tries to catch the Shadow Ball onto Lickitung, but Martin, patient as ever, make sure he cannot. Now switches into the Wigglytuff as a great response to this Lickitung. He also has Vigoroth in the back as well as a response to the Lickitung, but decides to go Wigglytuff instead, which ends up being a good play, I think, as Vigoroth's just a little better versus Chargeback. Well, they're both fine versus Chargeback. I think the main reason to go Wigglytuff instead of the Vigoroth here is because Vigoroth's just a little better versus Wishcash, which will help later because Wishcash is still kind of healthy. Anyway, Martin is barely able to win Switch advantage there with the Wigglytuff. Brings out the Vigoroth versus Wishcash. Now, Wishcash still very, very healthy, though. This is still going to get very, very close. Still a full health Chargeback in the back from Pablondinas as well. Martin does have a Shadow Ball stored on the Giratina, but is he even able to fire it later on in the game? We will see. Pablondinas now going to go for the Scald. Martin puts up the shield. Now a shield down. Doesn't get the drop. That's big. Out comes Chargeback now. Martin going to go for the Body Slam bait. Does he get it? Pablondinas lets it go. What a call. Martin now pretty much has to go for a Rock Slide, but decides to... Oh my goodness, wait, we're gonna have to... This is the absolute best play of the entire tournament, okay? Look at that. Martin threw a counter. He waited a turn, then switched to Giratina, threw the Shadow Ball, and because he threw the counter and waited a turn, that means this is a charge attack priority catch. Just absolutely insane play there by Martin. I don't think we've ever seen that happen on a stage this big. It's honestly the best play I've ever seen. Just absolutely incredible. We're gonna watch that again. We're gonna watch that just one more time. So after he throws his Body Slam, he throws one counter, waits a turn, and then throws the Shadow Ball on CMP with a Chargeback. Just look how beautiful. Waits, switches, throws, gets the shield here, and then the Chargeback throws as well. Just absolutely incredible. Just absolutely incredible. Wow. And that's why this is the best game of the entire tournament. Inadequance now able to get to a Rock Slide here. take out the Charger Bug, and farm down the Wish Cash. Absolutely incredible stuff. After this, he managed to beat Pablondinas 2 more times and take the victory here. Look at this. Where is it? Where is he? Look at that. Where's the medal? Yeah. Well-deserved winner of the Utrecht special event. Congrats to Martijn. He is also making videos on his run on his own YouTube channel. So I'll put links in the description for that as well. Definitely go watch those. He has some incredible insights on his games right there. So definitely worth watching and subscribing to him as well. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.